Joanna Jedrzejczyk and Deiveson Figueiredo wants more money from the UFC. You know, usually when fighters ask for more money, they get blackballed by the UFC. It doesn't end well for most of the time. But this time we have a good and bad news. Let's start with the good news. Deiveson Figueiredo is the champion and he doesn't get the pay-per-view points. I thought that every UFC champion gets a pay-per-view point. Why Deiveson Figueiredo didn't get any pay-per-view points? This is insane. So if we look at this article, it says that in UFC not every champion gets a pay-per-view points, and it's less likely to given to those in lighter weight classes. And those few who do receive a small percentage of the event's pay-per-view revenue. I bet that Isa Adesanya is getting pay-per-view point. I bet that John Jones is getting pay-per-view point. DC, Stipe, Conor McGregor, Khabib, all those guys are getting pay-per-view points. Why isn't Deiveson Figueiredo getting pay-per-view points? If Deiveson Figueiredo, who UFC is heavily promoting, is not getting pay-per-view points, that means that any female champion is not getting pay-per-view points. Maybe Amanda Nunes is the only champion that gets pay-per-view points. Besides her, nobody gets pay-per-view points. Not Weili Zhang, not Rose Namajunas when she was a champion, not Joanna Jedrzejczyk when she was a champion, not Valentina Shevchenko. Any female champion except Amanda Nunes is not getting pay-per-view points. I didn't think that UFC was doing this. I thought that every champion gets a pay-per-view point. What's the point of becoming champion if you're not getting paid? No wonder why Dana White paid $50,000 to Deiveson Figueiredo. Instead of pay-per-view points, he got $50,000. The UFC is fucking ruthless. Deiveson Figueiredo made $840,000 against Brando Moreno. So I thought that if he gets pay-per-view points, he would make $2 to $3 million, which is pretty good for him. Unfortunately, he didn't get the pay-per-view points. But luckily for him, UFC has agreed to pay Deiveson Figueiredo pay-per-view points in his next fight. Congrats to Deiveson Figueiredo. I hope in next fight you make at least $2 to $3 million. Now let's go to the bad news. Joanna Jedrzejczyk. She has said in her interview that she deserves more money and bigger piece of the cake. Joanna should have said this when she was a champion. Right now, unfortunately, Joanna Jedrzejczyk doesn't have a leverage. She's coming off a loss against Weili Zhang. So how the hell you're going to get more money? It's like Tyron Woodley or Tony Ferguson asking for more money. It's too late, which is a very unfortunate. Joanna Jedrzejczyk has delivered us great fights over and over again. She has been a great champion. I really enjoyed her journey in UFC. This is a great lesson for the upcoming UFC fighters. When you become the champion, ask for more money. Ask for pay-per-view point. Because you're not going to be at the top forever. So you better get as much money as possible. Like Dana White said himself, this is not a career, this is an opportunity. Joanna Jedrzejczyk made $106,000 against Weili Zhang. She also got $50K fight of the night bonus. So her overall earning was $156,000. That's so fucking sad. Like these new fighters are making more money. Kevin Holland is making almost 2 times more than that. He made $255 in his last fight. These ladies delivered us one of the greatest fights of all time. And they got $150. $150! So like I said before, and this is for the new upcoming fighters. Please, when you have the leverage, when you're at the top, when you become a champion, you better get as much money as possible before it's too late. As you can see, UFC hasn't responded to Joanna Jedrzejczyk. Instead, they responded to Deiveson Figueiredo in couple of days. They didn't waste any time with Deiveson Figueiredo. They were like, hey, you got it. You get the pay-per-view points. Why? Because he has the leverage. He's the champion. Joanna Jedrzejczyk was in the same position as Deiveson Figueiredo many years ago. Right now she's on decline. She will not get paid more. Matter of fact, she's gonna get paid less. If she's making 150 against the champion, how much do you think she will get paid if she fights against Ribas? She's gonna get paid less. My advice for Joanna Jedrzejczyk is that she should try other MMA organizations. She's probably never gonna be UFC champion ever again. So she's gonna become a gatekeeper. Instead of becoming a gatekeeper, Joanna should go to other organizations and earn as much money as possible. If she goes to Bellator, she's gonna earn twice amount of money. Or even more than that. If she goes to one championship, she might get $1 million deal. So I recommend for Joanna Jedrzejczyk to go other organizations. Anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Click the subscribe button, like this video if you like. See you next time. Take care of yourself, stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.